Hi guys, it's Tony Top of Media here. Hope you're all okay. Yeah, today's podcast is going to be about grief and just how it can affect you physically, mentally, emotionally. Um, Recently I've had a bereavement in the family. It was my granddad, and it was a bit of a strange one because sometimes when things are sudden and unexpected in a way, it just kind of knocks you for six. And it's strange. I think sometimes if you prepare for something, does that make it better, or is it just easier when it is out of the blue and just a surprise, I suppose? And if you're not prepared for it, does it make it worse? I just don't know. I think you just got to go on your feelings and how. Oh, it's just, yeah, it's just sometimes it is hard to explain what you're actually thinking and feeling because people are asking like, how are you, and you're okay, and it's never a consistent answer. It's just one minute you are okay, the next minute you're totally devastated, the next minute you feel so emotional and teary and dark and down, and then the next minute you kind of pick yourself up a little bit, and then it's just like a constant roller coaster of emotions. And there is no right or wrong way to deal with grief. I just think everyone is an individual and everyone just deals with it their own way. I suppose it just depends on your own circle. Like, if you've got anyone who you can turn to, like family, friends, or a partner that's very supportive and will just be there to help, listen, and just make you feel that you're not alone, and that's so amazing to have. And if you're lucky enough to have that, which I am, fortunately, so it does help in coming to terms with it. Me personally, just thinking about happier times and funny times and stories that make me laugh about Grandad, and yeah, just remembering the positives, I suppose, and those moments that you just think it does make you smile. And I think focusing on that is a way to get through the grief. As I said before, it is very up and down, and one day to the next, you just don't know how you're going to feel. It is a Russian roulette when it comes to that, but I think in the long run, if you kind of know what makes you feel a little bit better and can soothe you in a way, then I would say totally just, if you can, just remember the good times, the funny times, the times spent together. Just something special about them that's personal to you. Hold on to that. Hold that in your heart, and I'm guessing that will help you get through this time. And I don't even think with grief you can put a time limit on it, to be honest. Again, I've seen and heard other people in the past, and it's been like, oh, you should be over that by now, or get over it, or it's like, what gives them the right to tell you your time limit on grief of a family member or a loved one or just a special person in your life? It's not something that's that black and white. So I think if people have got that attitude, then it's not. I just don't think it's acceptable, really. So I think you just need to take as much time as you need and just go on how you feel, go on your gut feeling, go on your instincts, and how you know how you work best. And that's something that you just got to follow your own heart, your own emotions, and you know how to heal yourself, I suppose, and coming out of such a dark time. I think, yeah, I think a lot of the time as well, you are just a little bit on autopilot, deep in thought, just, yeah, sometimes you can just be vacant and it is a little bit scary, but I think if you can pull yourself out of that mode and not get trapped in a hole, it's just going to get deeper and darker. Then I think you will be fine. You will come through this, and if this can help other people that are going through a tough time, especially with grief, yeah, just talking as well can help rather than bottling it up. If you are sad, just say that you're sad. There's no shame in putting on a brave face, painting on that smile, just because you don't want to bring other people down. But I've found covering things like that up, it just ends up erupting other times. And I think it's just more damaging to yourself because it is something that just eats away if you don't get it out. And people will understand. I think, do you know what I mean? I've got a just cause to be feeling that way. And I just think being open and honest about it is best. I've realised also in some cases that people's emotions can play havoc if they feel regretful or haven't reconciled with the person or feeling like they've let them down or they feel they didn't get what they needed from the person that's passed. And I think that can cause a lot of upset for the person, obviously, that's left behind and has just got those feelings. And obviously, they can't do anything about it because the person's no longer here to, in a way, reconcile if that's what they really want. And I think that can also be hard. Me personally, in my situation, haven't got that issue. We were always on very good terms, and I have no regrets. But I know for some other people it's not the case. But I think you've just got to remember deep down, the person had that connection with you in the first place. You can't do anything about it now and try not be regretful. It's harder, easier said than done, but I think you've got enough emotions churning in your stomach, and to have regret on top of that is just soul destroying. So advice I'm trying to give to other people, because I've obviously watched other people have those issues with people that have passed, and just trying to go from experience, and just if anyone else is feeling like that at the moment or going through that, then is just be kinder to yourself and not feel regretful. You can always speak to the person in your own privacy, in your own house, in your own place of comfort. Go and visit them at the chapel of rest, grave, or obviously wherever they're laid to rest can be a safe space for you. Even your own, like you could have somewhere that you just feel that connects you to that person, and you can even speak to them there. I know it's, some people feel like, well, that's just like not the same, but yeah, I know it's not the same, but it's either that option or just dwell and probably in turn become more depressed about the situation. So that would be my advice. If you feel like you're in that type of situation, then that's what I would advise. Um, Me personally now, I've got, yeah, I've got horrible dark feeling in the pit of my stomach. Makes me feel a little bit sick. Yeah, obviously we've not had the funeral as of yet, but it's just an aching in my stomach that I just can't seem to shift at the moment. And I think that's just, I think me having the closure, I think in my head it's not 100% real in a weird way. It's like, this person's passed, but because you've not really seen them, and it just doesn't feel real at the moment for me. I think in my head I'm still in a little bit of denial, and oh, the person's just gone away. They've just went on holiday, or they're just away from the house, and they'll be back. And yeah, you just pop in and see them for a cuppa as usual, and everything will be fine. But I think in my head, I just need that closure of this is reality, not this is some sort of bad dream that's just going to be over. So yeah, just God, there is emotional times, and I just want to do this podcast because I just want to get my feelings, emotions on the subject out there, and other people to help them, I suppose, go through a similar situation. And it's a topic that's hard to talk about. It is very taboo with grief. It's very stiff upper lip British mentality, and I just think that doesn't help you in the long run because you just bottle everything up and then you just explode. So if this can help someone, then that's the reason behind it. And I just want to say thank you for all your support. Thank you for listening today. And as you know, Tony Topper Media's podcast is a monthly thing, so tune in next month when we'll have another fresh new topic and a podcast to release. So just stay tuned, take care, and God bless you all. Bye.